Ryu coming into matches. First of all, Ryu, not a very common character. And then when you see a Ryu play, since there aren't a lot of them, I feel like they have kind of invented their own play style in each case. You know what I mean? Like
I think that's very fair to
when there are
that
characters
way.
that are not very common, if you're going to be a player who mains that character, you have to do a lot of the research yourself. And so there's just like oftentimes the case, people have their own like takes on the character, more so than if like everybody's playing your character. You get to see what all the good stuff is. You kind of like hone your style in. It's always cool to watch Ryu as a result, but also as a result, it's hard to make like a guess about how he's going to end up playing versus somebody like Punk. I do feel, as we mentioned at the end of that last set, and you brought this up as well, Paladin 16, you saw the number right there, obviously very skilled, extremely strong, but in those moments where what matters as much as anything else is whether you have the wherewithal in those moments, whether you have the nerves in those moments to continue to make the right decisions or make even difficult decisions, that's tough to do. And it's something that Punk has done time and time again.
That's something you have to hone over time through like hard-earned experience through those tournament environments over and over again. I think Najee might have had the notch on Paladin on that, over Paladin on that. But speaking of which, again, we now have the god, I feel like, when it comes to tournament experience. It's Punk the God in a multitude of different situations. But right now, he's faced with the World Warrior, Paladin. I like it. In this part of the gap between the two characters, that fireball is so hard to contest with any sort of reaction. You know Punk wants that reaction to come out, but I like that option instead. Jumping with a dive.
And of course, try to seal it.
I think that's not enough. Oh my god.
Last hit is enough.
Right through the chest. Yeah, I genuinely thought it was going to be like a pick. Simple.
Oh. Too far. She just walked out of it, actually. Punk just walked out. You're going to see active play in that way. Okay, now burned out Punk.
Shogeki faking out Punk. Using his strengths to expose him, essentially, right? You're making sure that like, you test that reaction. Oh, there wasn't a punish from Punk. Was that a whiff throw?
Burns himself out trying to get the chip kill. Oh, he really went in there. Double dash. And Punk did not expect it coming.
Fully loaded Punk. No, I'm sorry, 2 bars to his name. Paladin fully loaded. Interesting. We've seen so many players kind of really hesitate to get an uppercut from those angles. And it's totally appropriate with the dive kick. Man, this is huge. Gonna spend it.
Yeah, he's going to jump out to a pretty early half-life life lead. More than half-life life lead. And back to this mid-range where he has had pretty good play. Punk waiting for something. Parry was the choice. Boy, Punk's
slowing it down significantly.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
What? That just hit! Did you see that? So he crouched and the character's model, like the animation, like picked her back up. I can't imagine. Maybe it was a normal.
Like, did he want DP and he just like didn't have the full input yet?
I don't know. I'd imagine it looked like the startup of what seemed to be a down forward roundhouse.
Well, maybe DP then was the idea. Maybe he just didn't get the execution right. Wow.
So odd.
Oof. Jeez. Okay, so Paladin game 1.
Oh boy, that is a hefty punish. Gets to drive again. Number 1.
He thought. Oh, buddy.
Oh. He stuck it in.
Yeah, this is going to be a chunk here into another tough situation for Punk.
No way, David.
He doesn't kill yet. Dude, that had been canceled. He was hoping to see anything from Punk there. Whoa, my God, it worked!
It clipped her dive kick. No shot. What is happening?
The dive kick hurt box was all the way down there, as we know it is.
Paladin saved so much money. He had so much meter, and he didn't spend any of it. Oh.
What a round to lose for Punk, considering how he started it.
Was he looking at the wrong bar the whole time? Am I tripping?
No, he had a lot of meter.
Oh. God, that's me.
Yeah. It really is. But the next hit, and Punk knows this, is going to be... Oh, man.
I'm so sorry. I slapped you really, really hard.
You're Steving me right now.
I'm so sorry. That was sick. That was actually sick. Crosscut DP, jab DP into the level 3. I almost ripped David's arm off. I'm so sorry.
You've been commentating too much with Tasty.
I'm going to keep my hands to
Street
myself.
Fighter League you guys did a great job on Street Fighter League, but maybe you don't need to take all of his, Alex.
It was an accident. All right. Knocking on the door. Punk, no conversion off of that room. Interesting.
2-0. Paladin up on Punk. The scuttlebutt before the weekend. Only one of Punk or Idom or Do will make Capcom Cup. Will, turns out, may not have been the right word. Paladin looking strong.
And he knows the game plan against Punk, right? He's really trying to fake him out with some of these. That's the second time he's used the fake fireball scenario against Punk.
Yeah.
That was also a big overhead too. God. He studies this game a lot.
Oh, man, is he about to 3-0 Punk? Let alone taking down Punk, the 16-year-old challenger versus one of the best in the world. 3-0?
No shot. No shot. We've seen Punk from this kind of deficit before. When the emotions are high, the tensions are high, he shines the brightest. We'll see if that Punk shows up today.
Backdash, he knew exactly what was coming up.
Ooh. That's a big punish counter. That's an even bigger counter from Paladin forward throw. This is huge. Watch out. Plus.
He gets hit again.
No
Key defense by Punk. To stay alive effectively.
Woo!
Here we go.
Damn!
Punk's strengths are still there. The whiff punishing, the reactions are still there.
But the defense, extra critical. That was really well done. And Paladin delayed the heck out of that sequence multiple times over.
All weekend, his frame trap timings have been pretty unusual and pretty strong. A lot of even very good players have been got by them.
Yeah, that delayed fierce after the plus frame hypertrophy because it was enhanced. That's tricky, man. Knocking on the door again. Back throw. Oh, no punish. The donkey kick. That's also a very tricky special move to put into whip punish sometimes. Bang.
Paladin moves in. Parry. It's going to be grab. Punk is in trouble. Okay, out of the corner at least. Still has work to do. Back to the snake.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Oh my God!
That was a delay and a half! Is this it? Is this actually gonna be enough damage? Is this gonna kill? It's not! He lives.
Just barely. Punk is alive. Capcom Cup hopes are alive no longer as Paladin with a 3-0 will send Punk out of the tournament.
No way, dude. The overhead heard round the world. I'm not even on screen. I'm so sorry, producer man. But that was crazy. That was actually insane.
Punk is out.
He's gone.
Punk's out. He has one chance remaining to make Capcom Cup. That's just at the Capcom Cup LCQ, which is going to be the toughest thing. Paladin is somebody who we just spoke about. We weren't sure quite had that killer instinct yet. His match versus Naji made us think, well, you know, 16 years old, he's fantastic for that age, but maybe he still has to develop that part of his game. I'm telling you, I'm not worried about that anymore for Paladin. That was probably an error for Punk right there, right? Sometimes things don't go well for you, but
let's talk about this sequence
much more
right
than
here.
that. It was about Paladin having
that?
this kind of control, about Paladin having this as a response.
God.
About his offense, about his neutral.
That right there also has been so key. He was 100% on those fake outs, I think, against Punk. Man, that is rough. That is actually a rough shot. This right here,
look at this.
From max distance,
He
that is so tricky.
casually walked. Wow, Paladin eliminates Punk, and now we have to see whether NuckleDu will stick around in this thing. SR NuckleDu versus Flux Waves. Fresh off of a big win and a very close win over Cammy.